guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Joe, thanks for tuning in. If you subscribed in the last little bit, thank you very much. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, and that way you won't miss any future videos. This video here is the one I've been stoked to make. It's the whole reason I kind of started making YouTube videos back just a few months ago. It's the dyno video, the one we've all been waiting for. I finally got the 360 up on the dyno, and the numbers are great. These trick flow heads, solid roller cam, Super Victor intake, really make a great power combo. So we're gonna get right to some dyno footage, but first things first, I'm gonna walk you through the whole build if you wanna copy this thing for yourself. Okay, let's get to some build info. We'll start down here at the pan. So that's Milodon pan for an A body. Nothing too crazy internal there, just a little bit of baffling to help with oil control. There is also a windage tray inside. Out front, ATI super dampener, and that's that timing cover that I modified in my last video. If you're looking to run one of these dampeners or even some of the other aftermarket dampeners, you might have a clearancing issue with your timing cover, so check that video out, might help you. To the block now. Now this is the same short block that I had in my 420 horsepower video. If you haven't seen that video, it's a great street strip build, used Eddy heads and a flat tappet cam, made 420 horse. This is the same short block. It is completely rebuilt, but it's stock crank, stock rods, just hyper-eutectic 10-5-to-1 compression pistons. It's got a good zero deck, and it is 30 over. Now we get into the good stuff here. Comp cam, solid roller. It's an XR286R is what it's called. And duration at 50,000 is 248 intake, 254 exhaust. And our gross lift is 576, 582, and that's on a 110 lobe separation. For lifters, we use Morale lifters. Those are really nice because you don't have to do any machining on the block like you do with a lot of other lifters for small block Mopar. And then we got Smith Brothers custom length push rods there. You can see they convert from, because of those rockers, we convert from ball style to ball cup style. Smith Brothers has a really good website. You can actually build your push rods like kind of on their site using wall thicknesses and what style rod you need. Now to the heads. Those are the Trick Flow CNC ported 190 heads. If you're looking for more info on those heads, I made a video about 6 months back after I got them. I show you everything you need to know. I show you the chambers, the CNC porting, and how to select them based on what kind of camshaft you have, because they come in 4 variations. Those are the Harlan Sharp 1.6 rockers that they recommend for those heads, and with those 1.6 rockers, that pushes our gross lift to about 610, 615 in that area. For induction, Super Victor intake, straight out of the box, literally a day before I was on the dyno. So no porting on that guy, right out of the box, good to go. The ports are a little small, but it didn't have any sort of hold up for this motor. A lot of guys do port those things pretty heavily though. You can see there we got a Wilson spacer on it. We run this thing on the dyno with the spacer and without the spacer, so you get all the info there on it. 750 Holley double pumper up top and MSD ignition. Okay, so now you know all the specs on the motor and we can get to the dyno stuff. So it was a brand new rebuild, so we did put it through a couple heat cycles, make sure the rings seated nicely, took a filter off, cut it open, nothing weird inside. Found our sweet spot of timing, which happened to be 35 degrees. Reset the lash on the valves and let it hang. Check it out. Boom, check that out. 517 horsepower, 477 foot-pounds of torque. And this thing was just screaming to 6,700 RPM. Absolutely loved that cam. It loved those heads. Check out those numbers there. 6,600 RPM, 516, 5,100, 477 for torque. And you can see we're just a little lean on the air-fuel ratio. So we're gonna go back in, rejet, ready for another pull. that jetting change really helped it out. 522 horsepower, 480 foot-pounds of torque this time. Getting better every time. You can see we have a little discrepancy in our air-fuel ratio, so it's time to throw that spacer on, make another pull, clean that up, get some more horsepower. There you go, 526 horsepower this time, 483 foot-pounds of torque. That spacer really helped out the airflow on that Super Victor, getting it down to those CNC ported heads. Absolutely phenomenal power here. This is a stock bottom end 360, just making gobs of power. 6,600 RPM, 526 horsepower, 483 foot-pounds at 51. And you can see that spacer's helping us out, but now we got to do a little more cleanup on our air-fuel ratio. And there's more left in this bad boy. There it is, our final numbers. 531 horsepower, 486 foot-pounds of torque. Absolutely unbelievable. Stock bottom end 360, stock crank, stock rods. But those heads, cam, and intake really helped this guy out. You see that spacer evened out our air fuel, had him perfect at the end. Absolutely phenomenal. Hey guys, so we're just wrapping up here in the dyno. I thought I'd just give you a little tour right now. So here you see the control center right there. Walk over here. There's a small block, just ripping it all down right now, getting it off the dyno. Did a final valve lash afterwards. And if you're ever working with somebody and you're not sure of their credibility, you should just look at some of their personal stuff. Just walk by here. There's a big block Mopar, makes about 900 horsepower, naturally aspirated. Hellcat engine, Ray Barton Hemi. Another Hemi, big block, 6.1 Hemi. So, gotta know the right guys. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for this video. There was some other stuff I wanted to do on the dyno. I did plan to run the tunnel ram on there. I just simply ran out of time. If you ever done a dyno day, it's pretty hectic. You gotta get the motor on and off, do all your testing in one go. So we just simply ran out of time for that. But maybe in a future episode, we could get that going. So if you did like this one, please do like, share, and subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel, then next time you won't miss out on anything else, because we're going to drop this motor into my 68 Dart, go drag racing, take it on the street, have some fun with it. But first things first, this thing needs a paint job. So thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.